Newly released image of 3I Atlas confirms it's not a comet, stunning researchers worldwide.
And the greatest mystery in our skies has just gotten a little bit stranger. Harvard's top scientists say that it could be a nuclear-powered alien craft of all things.
An enormous object is speeding past planets in our solar system at impossible speed. This thing is massive, glowing, and following a perfect path that looks more like a planned mission than a random rock floating through space. Harvard professor Avi Loeb is making bold claims that this could be alien technology. Could this be a spaceship scouting our solar system? Is it connected to oumuamua? And are we ready for what this could mean for humanity? Alien object racing toward Earth. This object, called 3I Atlas, was traveling at over 130,000 miles per hour through our solar system. That speed is so amazing that you could fly from New York to Los Angeles in just over 1 minute if you could somehow catch a ride. But speed was only the beginning of what made this visitor so mysterious and potentially frightening. Within 24 hours of its discovery, NASA experts confirmed what many suspected, but few wanted to say out loud. 3 Atlas had come from somewhere far beyond our solar system, crossing the vast emptiness between stars where no human spacecraft had ever traveled. The object was moving so fast that even our sun's massive gravitational pull couldn't trap it in orbit, meaning it would eventually shoot back out into the cosmic void unless something deliberately slowed it down. But here's where things get really disturbing. This wasn't some small chunk of ice and rock like most visitors from space. Early measurements suggested 3I Atlas could be anywhere from 6 to 9 miles across, making it comparable in size to Manhattan Island. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing something the size of an entire city racing overhead at speeds that defy understanding. Harvard professor Avi Loeb looked at all this data and reached a conclusion that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. According to Loeb and his research team, 3I Atlas might not be a natural object at all. Instead, we could be witnessing humanity's first confirmed encounter with technology created by an intelligent alien civilization. If he's right, then something from another star system has been traveling through space for thousands of years specifically to study us, and we have no idea whether their intentions are peaceful or hostile, breaking every rule of physics. When scientists first calculated the true size of 3 Atlas, many of them thought their computers had malfunctioned. We're talking about an object that dwarfs every other interstellar visitor we've ever detected by hundreds of times. To understand just how massive this thing really is, we need to compare it to oumuamua, the mysterious interstellar object that visited our solar system 8 years ago. Oumuamua was already considered impressively large for such a visitor, measuring roughly the length of a football field at about 330 to 380 feet long. That made it easily visible to our most powerful telescopes and gave scientists plenty of opportunities to study its unusual characteristics. But 3I Atlas makes oumuamua look like a pebble next to a skyscraper. The sheer scale of 3 Atlas raises basic questions about what we're actually dealing with. Natural processes in space can create some pretty big objects. But launching something the size of a small city across interstellar distances while keeping it intact for thousands of years requires forces that barely exist in nature. Most chunks of rock and ice that get ejected from their home solar systems are much smaller, typically measuring in the hundreds of feet rather than miles. What makes the size even more incredible is how it relates to the object's speed. At 130,000 miles per hour, 3 Atlas is moving faster than anything we've ever built or even imagined building. The fastest spacecraft humanity has ever launched, Voyager 1, travels at about 38,000 miles per hour, which means 3 Atlas is moving more than 3 times faster than our most advanced technology. The physics involved in speeding up something this massive to such incredible speeds are staggering. In the cold emptiness of interstellar space, there aren't many natural forces capable of giving a mountain-sized object this kind of velocity. Gravitational interactions with massive stars or black holes could potentially explain the speed. But the statistical probability of such an object maintaining its structural integrity across thousands of light years seems almost impossibly small. Even more mysteriously, The speed of 3 Atlas means it's not gravitationally bound to our solar system like everything else we're familiar with. Comets and asteroids from our own cosmic neighborhood follow predictable elliptical orbits around the Sun. But this visitor is moving so fast that it will inevitably escape back into interstellar space after completing whatever mission brought it here. Unless, of course, it uses some form of advanced propulsion system to deliberately slow down and stick around for extended observations. Perfect flight path. As astronomers continued tracking 3I Atlas through telescopes around the world, they discovered something that made even the most skeptical scientists stop and wonder if they were missing something crucial. This interstellar visitor wasn't following a random path through our solar system like most natural objects would. Instead, it was following an almost impossibly perfect trajectory designed to visit as many major planets as possible in the most efficient sequence imaginable. The route reads like a carefully planned itinerary for the ultimate solar system tour. First, 3 Atlas will zip past Mars on October 2nd at a distance of approximately 17.5 million miles from the red planet's surface. While that might sound like an enormous distance, in cosmic terms, it represents what astronomers consider a relatively close encounter that would provide excellent opportunities for detailed observation and data collection. From Mars, the object will continue toward Earth, reaching its closest approach on December 19th at a distance of about 167 million miles. Then it will swing by Venus at just 60 million miles before heading back out toward Jupiter for a final pass at 33 million miles from the gas giant. This entire sequence follows such an efficient and comprehensive path that it appears to have been planned by an intelligence familiar with orbital mechanics and interplanetary navigation. When astronomers calculated the statistical probability of such a perfect trajectory occurring by random chance, the results were absolutely staggering. They determined that the likelihood of an interstellar object naturally following a path that brings it close to 4 major planets in such an organized sequence is less than 0.005%. In mathematical terms, this means that if you sent 20,000 random objects through our solar system, only one of them would naturally follow a route even remotely similar to what 3 Atlas is doing. Either we're witnessing an extraordinarily rare cosmic coincidence that happens less than once in 20,000 attempts, or we're observing something that was deliberately planned and executed by an intelligence capable of interstellar travel and precise trajectory calculations. What makes the path even more suspicious is how it seems designed to maximize observation opportunities while minimizing the chances of detailed study from Earth. The timing of 3I Atlas' closest approach to our planet will occur when it's positioned on the opposite side of the Sun from us, making it virtually impossible to examine with our most powerful ground-based telescopes. It's as if whatever controls this object wants to observe us without letting us observe it back, following what scientists call a reconnaissance pattern designed to gather information while avoiding detection by the civilizations being studied. It's definitely an alien spacecraft. Professor Avi Loeb from Harvard University isn't someone who makes wild claims lightly. He's one of the most respected astronomers in the world with hundreds of published research papers and decades of experience studying black holes, dark matter, and the earliest galaxies in the universe. So, when he analyzed all the available data about 3I Atlas and concluded we're probably dealing with extraterrestrial technology, the entire scientific community was forced to take his theory seriously. According to Lowe and his research team, everything about 3I Atlas points toward artificial rather than natural origin. The trajectory is too precise and too perfectly planned to result from random gravitational influences acting on a chunk of space debris. The size is unprecedented for an interstellar visitor, suggesting advanced engineering capabilities rather than natural formation processes. Most significantly, the timing of its arrival seems almost too convenient, appearing just as humanity has developed the technology necessary to detect and track such objects. Lowe's team proposes that 3 Atlas might be what they call a reconnaissance probe designed to study as many planets in our solar system as possible while avoiding detailed observation by any intelligent species it might encounter. A carefully planned route would allow whatever controls the object to gather comprehensive information about Mars, Earth, Venus, and Jupiter using sensors and instruments far more advanced than anything humans have ever built. But here's where Lowe's theory gets really mind-bending. He doesn't think 3 Atlas is planning to leave our solar system at all. Instead, he believes it might use sophisticated propulsion technology to slow down and enter a stable orbit around our Sun, possibly near Jupiter, where it would be difficult to detect, but perfectly positioned to continue long-term surveillance of human civilization and technological development. The implications of this scenario are staggering on multiple levels. If Loeb is correct, then an intelligence from another star system has been planning this mission for thousands of years, launching 3I Atlas on its journey around 8,000 years ago when human civilization was just beginning to develop agriculture, writing systems, and permanent settlements. Was it possible that our species had reached some kind of technological or social threshold that triggered interest from distant observers? The dark forest theory. Lowe's spacecraft hypothesis inevitably leads to one of the most chilling concepts in all of science and philosophy. Known as the dark forest hypothesis, this theory attempts to answer one of the most puzzling questions in astronomy. If the universe should be teeming with intelligent civilizations based on statistical probability, why haven't we detected any clear evidence of their existence? The dark forest provides a terrifying possible explanation that keeps many scientists awake at night. The concept gets its name from a simple but absolutely horrifying analogy. Imagine walking through a dark forest where every sound could indicate the presence of a predator waiting to attack. In such an environment, the smartest strategy for survival is to remain as quiet and invisible as possible because making any noise could attract something bigger, more dangerous, and perfectly willing to eliminate potential threats or competitors.